Morning everyone. I hope you're all doing okay today. Sun's out here, hope it is where you are. I thought I'd make an extra video for the week, at the weekend, because it's Sunday morning and the sun's out and it's a time when hopefully many people are relaxing. And the subject of this video is well-being, and it's something I think that, I had lots of questions about it, but it's something that is a constant issue for those in professional life, from the very start of your career through to the later stages when you're really achieving the peak of your success. And I thought I'd sort of share my own experience of it, just so you can kind of have a think about these things, but making it absolutely clear that I, over the years, have let my sort of well-being go out the window many times. The beginning of my career, when I was sort of building a career at the bar in sort of criminal law and on into sort of serious fraud and complex crime work, as well as sort of regulatory and professional discipline, which are two of my major specialisms in silk. In those sort of early years, in my sort of early to mid-20s, I gave no thought to well-being. I was working often 7 days a week. I went through periods of having basically no time off, no holidays, no days off, doing almost nothing except work, and yes, sometimes going out too much, drinking and kind of socializing. Often sleep was a victim in that situation. And although I was able to progress my career successfully, I think it was at the expense of well-being a lot of the time. And I think that's the truth of these things, is that often we are in the legal profession and in other sort of high-level professional careers, we're often at the mercy of the demands of our job, and to the exclusion of many other things. And I've been guilty of that, not just in my early career, as I've just said, but I've been guilty of that, right the way through, particularly in the period leading up to applying for Silk, when it was, pretty much relentless, case after case after case, and the need to work often late at night and weekends. And sometimes that's an essential part of any high-level job. But I guess the message of this video, as I say, taking on board the fact that there's a degree of hypocrisy about this, because I fully accept I've not always followed my own, taken my own medicine. But the lessons that I've learned now, just turning 50 and having been in practice for over 25 years, 26 years in total, is that there is no excuse for leaving your well-being to one side. And that means your physical well-being, that means your mental health and your mental well-being, and all of the other aspects and sort of the balanced aspects of your life that are outside of your career and your work. So how? What does that mean in practice? Okay, so for me, let's deal with physical well-being first. That's the easy one. I made the point in another video that Barack Obama was president of the United States and managed to find time to keep fit. Played basketball and had time to go to the gym and work out. Now, if the president of the USA, with all of the responsibilities that he has, is able to do that, then really none of us, with our sort of relatively low-level careers, even though to us they seem important and successful, but let's be frank, they're not as successful and important as being the most powerful man in the world, and he could keep fit. So none of us have got an excuse. It's very easy to let it go by the wayside, but all I would say about it is, you know what's healthy to eat, you know that you need to be active, get a Fitbit, track yourself, just make sure you do, at the very least, do your 10,000 steps. If you can do more, do it. It's really that simple as far as physical fitness and well-being. It doesn't require a huge amount of time investment. Try and avoid unhealthy food, try and avoid eating crazy times of day and night, and missing meals, etc. Just try and keep some structure around those things, and it's really as simple as that. So far as mental health and well-being is concerned, I think that's an area that is becoming more understood, but the truth of it is that you have to be mindful, and that's, okay, it's a vogue word, but that means you have to be conscious of the fact if you're drifting into a state of stress, or you're drifting potentially into depressive symptoms, or any of the other kind of difficulties that can come along with working too hard for too long. Burnout is a really big risk in the legal profession and other professions. So be mindful. I use the Headspace app, and there's numerous other kind of meditation, mindfulness apps. Just download one and give it a go. See if you like it, and just allow yourself the time to breathe, and to reflect on what your priorities are, and just absolutely above all else, make sure you take time to do nothing. and I'm doing nothing right now apart from making this video, and now it's finished. So be well, physically and mentally, and you will actually succeed much more in your career than if you allow yourself to become overworked, overstressed, and worst of all, potentially drift into physical and mental health problems, which will absolutely destroy your career and your personal life. So enjoy the sunshine, get some exercise in the appropriate way for lockdown, and I will make another video. I've had lots of requests over the last few days, so I'll be making another one tomorrow, back to the original topic of career, more specific career issues. Okay, thanks for listening and have a fantastic Sunday.